Hello people, we're back for more Triple S Class Revival Hunter. And if you watched the ORV video this week, which will be out later than this one, I don't know why I'm saying that like they come out the other way around. The ORV one comes out after this, which I've already recorded. I made the mistake of calling ORV Triple S Class Revival Hunter, which was foolish as all god. But nonetheless, we're here for more Triple S Class Revival Hunter. Picking up where I left off last time. Just a quick announcement before we get into it. There will also not be overgeared this week. Apologies, I know that really only affects Nanomachine, but I do want to mention, simply because, well, I'm having to do all my recording in one day, and geez, recording 5 videos in a day, kind of burns me out a little bit. So, just for the sake of my voice and, my will to record, we'll be skipping out on that one this week, but I do promise I will get it uploaded next week without fail. But nonetheless, with that out of the way, let us jump into these chapters, shall we? You can't answer, so you hold at least that much conscience. Begone! I will not recognize someone like you as the new master. No. I will answer you. I will take your lives and turn you into my ghouls. All things that die by my sword are collected as ghouls. If I wish it, I can summon them with all their memories from when they were alive. I will take you all and summon you, so that you can live in this world again. I will let you live forever in happiness, without suffering or any memory of it. I will give you a life you can live by only singing just as you are now. I'm not just saying this to you. There are some evil people who have no intentions of reforming themselves, and sinners who can never turn back from what they've done. Even souls who wish to live, but couldn't. From now on, I will gather them with my own 2 hands. I will kill them, and resurrect them as my ghouls. They will be exiled to my shadows, and live forever with a purpose. Lies. All sinners and spirits. A mere mortal cannot. Don't you get it? I can create the same utopia that you created and are so proud of. And my world won't need the screams of an innocent child either. King of Death, are you prepared to become our king? This is my answer. If the entire world is hell, I will become a bigger hell. My hell is more right than yours. The path of the king that I chose. Chapter 118. King of Death? What do you mean by that? It's as it sounds. While you've been managing the tower, you've purged countless people. And your purges continue in secret even now. I can't say that the methods you've taken until now are wrong, and you should fix them. I don't have the confidence nor the skill to say that I can manage the tower better than you. However, if you really need to kill someone to get rid of them in the future, please bring them to me. I see! That's an excellent idea, King of Death. What do you mean? Think about it. We can use King of Death's ability as a mobile prison. King of Death's ability is to summon the targets with the memories they held while they were alive. Since they are already spirits, it won't cost us any food or resources to accommodate them. And being summoned, just with one command of never commit another sin again, from the King of Death will forever forbid them from committing any crimes. Using his skill as a prison. Yes, the criminals will be very afraid of this. King of Death. The king who imprisons and manages those who deserve to die. Isn't it just as his name suggests? As the owner of the Merchants Union, this idea isn't too bad. As you all know, the crime rate in the tower is much higher than outside it. The prisons are forever over capacity, and the expenses to maintain them are no joke. I don't know about this. I agree that it will be effective. But won't this be putting too much work on the King of Death? He's just one person. Will you be alright? She's regretting it. Regretting me, pulling me into their world. Even though I jumped into this because I wanted to. Black Dragon Witch is a kind and noble person. I'll be alright. There'll probably come a day when I hear her real name as well. I mean, You kind of already have. What will you do? You keep fighting us if you wish, but the result is already set in stone. I will take over the utopia that you are so proud of. I am not just a fragment of the goddess of protection, but the immortal missionary of happiness, who commands 1,000,000 apostles. If you take my apostles, we'll all be afflicted to you as well. No, if you take me, yeah. Is there any guarantee that you won't abuse my apostles as pawns to commit wicked deeds? I won't use them. Even when you invaded Lavielle's world, I only summoned the cultists of the demonic cult. I could have summoned the martial artists of the Orthodox faction, but I didn't. It would go against all morals. They should not have to follow the vice lord of the demonic cult's commands. Whether there are millions or billions of them, the apostles can continue to live in happiness in this world, just as they have been. Ah, Lord Lefante. The sacrifice awaits your actions and says this. My name is the sacrifice. I can transform someone's suffering into another's happiness. The more sublime and pure the one who suffers, the more powerful the happiness. The goddess of protection absorbs a fragment of herself. The goddess of protection's existence becomes even more defined. Stage clear. That may very well have been the easiest floor of the tower they've ever had. Tower floor 28 has been cleared. So, information is what is truly needed to clear a stage. It can all be cleared easily if we know what their weaknesses are. I was ready to run very far away when we landed in the middle of the enemy. Yet it was resolved this quickly. We aren't finished yet. I'm planning on clearing up to floor 30 today. Today? Everything? King of Death. No. Kim Gongja, you've been pushing yourself too hard recently. You haven't rested for a single day after entering Tales of Summerwind Academy. I guess that's what it looked like to the Black Witch. You're right. I have been pushing myself a bit. Right? So let's take a break from clearing the floors so I'll clear everything today and rest afterward. You haven't listened to a word I've said! Black Dragon Witch. The population of the tower is increasing by hundreds of thousands of people every day. There are bad people among them. We need to return and manage those people. How long can we keep our focus on only clearing revelations? There's not much I can do if you say it like that. Don't worry. I'm the best rester around when it's time to rest. You'll be surprised how I take my breaks with Raviel. I don't particularly want to see how newlyweds spend their honeymoons, you know? If you're really worried for me, please help me in preparing a ring later. I need one as a gift for Laviel, and I'm pretty hopeless in this area. Sure, you'll need the most beautiful ring in the world. How did I end up becoming the life coach of a child like this? Thank you, as always. The one who should be thankful. Forget it. Let's just say this in front of everyone. Transfer! Yeah, this is it. We'll overpower them, not with authority, but a pure display of skill that proves our rankings. As one team at that. An overwhelming difference. We at least shouldn't see any disorder for the time being. Oh. Disappointed, it seems. The librarian is disappointed. Ooh la la. What will possibly come of this? Yeah, I saw a little glimpse down there.
Welcome. Congratulations. I thought that you would need to put more effort into the raid. But it seems like you underestimated the synergy you would all have when working together. To think that you would finish off a world with a constellation ruling over it so easily and quickly.
He's congratulating us verbally, but it makes sense that he's not really happy. Librarian in a corner loves stories. He loves when characters go through suffering, hardship, and unpredicted trials, as well as unpredicted endings. Character window. He does not like easy wins or obvious losses. Yeah, let's go down a little bit.
Well, the elemental type of the undying evangelist of happiness was too weak against the demonic heaven demon art. How unlucky. What a fool. It would have been a more likely fight if she had asked the other constellations for help.
There. My character was added to the list of the characters the librarian likes. Like he revealed, he likes constellation killers the most.
Then what will you choose next? If you wish, I can recommend some to you too. Let's see.
We need to have been registered right next to the constellation killer. That would mean that I am the second best. The character you love the most is Lafanta Agim. How would I compare?
Well, that's a rather difficult question to answer. You and the Constellation Killer are complete opposites. If the Constellation Killer is a man who has been burdened with all the misfortunes of the world, you're like chocolate ice cream. You're dark on the outside and look bitter. When I actually bite into you, you're very sweet.
We've already decided on the next apocalypse. Lafanta Agim Epic. You showed it to us after we cleared the Chronicles of the Heavenly Demon.
Death Sovereign. I know that you consider the Constellation Killer as your arch nemesis.
I'm sure he's still hiding that book on himself.
But Lafanta Agim Epic is not an apocalypse. I can only induce worlds that have met unfortunate ends to you. Lafanta Agim Epic is still ongoing. I'm unable to intervene in that. I cannot possibly...
However, don't you want to see it? Your two favorite characters together in one scene? The next stage's genre that I've chosen is... I can make it happen. Crossover. A cruel fate awaits those who have fallen for the temptation of stories. People who have failed to differentiate between reality and fiction, many such people. People who are insanely obsessed with stories, and people who cannot escape the obsession and waste half their lives on stories. To them, reality is just a world that cannot become a story. There is no twist in reality, no shocking ending. Humans are just humans, not characters. Disappointment in the real world, resentment towards humanity, worshipping stories. These are what make up those who have been tempted by stories. They have not lost the warmth in their heart. It's just that they are wanting for the moment of excitement. Right here in front of me is the person at the pinnacle of such beings.
Lafanta Agim and your crossover. That's definitely a very tempting offer. But all stories have a right to come to an end on their own. For me to intervene...
He's wavering. Well, if you don't want to see it, then so be it. It was just an offer. Nothing more.
I have signed a contract with the tower. Only the constellations that have signed a contract may enter the tower. I am a kind of tenant here. In return for borrowing a floor of the tower, there are many restrictions I have to adhere to. For example, provide humans only with apocalypses. The Lafanta Agim Epic does not count as an apocalypse. A contract is a contract, and I cannot go against it because I wish to. I do not wish to anger the tower master. A tenant is inferior to the landlord. Additionally, to be honest, I'm not good at combat. That isn't the case just for me. All of other constellations are the same. I'm nothing more than just an ordinary reader without my books. And I don't have any more books. Do you understand what it is I'm trying to convey right now?
Yes, you shouldn't go against the conditions of a contract. Unless there is an urgent situation at hand. Give me the Lafanta Agim Epic. Right now.
You're so rude. I have been nothing but friendly toward you up until now. To betray me like this, I am pained. This is why so many stories warn me not to trust humans.
This guy's acting sucks. Give it. Or I'm gonna kill you, you perverted bastard.
Perverted bastard? Aren't you being too harsh?
What else would you call someone who collects the hairs and nails of another person? Then you said your dreams to be killed by LaFonte Agam. Do you think that is normal? To want to be killed by your favorite character? Ah, well, I'm your favorite character too, huh? What do you think? Should I make your dream come true?
I'll give it to you.
Good. LaFonte Agam Epic. Genre, cannot be viewed at current rank. Difficulty, cannot be viewed at current rank. Number of people, cannot be viewed at current rank. Currently ongoing. Introduction, cannot be viewed at current rank. I can't see it. I can't read it either.
Well, that's because I permitted you to look at the apocalypse. All the books here are banned, books that are not permitted for humans to read.
Then explain it.
LaFonte Agam has the same hometown as you.
What?
He was born in the same world and region, and is of the same species as you. Not only that, but he also shares the same surname as you. He gave himself the surname Agam, using the language of a region called England.
I mean, Agam, more Latin, which isn't exactly... Obviously, English was rooted in Latin, but slightly not quite right, but sure. You mean...
Agam is a homonym for...
Kim. Kim.
Exactly. The Constellation Killer was summoned to the other world when he was young. He was only a high schooler back then. He went through quite the ordeal. However, he earned superpowers because of that and was able to overcome hardships in the other world.
So he's a fucking isekai protagonist. We've got a regressor and an isekai protagonist in the same story. You know, I'm planning to do a video on why regressor stories and isekais are so popular. I'm planning to do it, and seeing an isekai protagonist and a regressor pitted against each other is going to be quite funny, given that. Wait, that's...
Yes. LaFonte Agam's epic genre is high schooler goes to another world and causes chaos. It's an isekai.
I heard that genre went extinct along with the dinosaurs when I was young. The Constellation Killer is not...
The Constellation is not young enough to be called a high school student anymore, but... Well, it's not really fair to say that he's just causing chaos in the other world. He had to go through countless trials and hardships to get to where he is now.
The book's contents are appearing. Long, long ago, there were people who lived on the dead corpse of the ancient dragon emperor. Sounds like fucking Xenoblade.
The Constellation Killer started on the 12th floor, the 20th floor, which you now own. That is where his journey began.
The people desired a hero, for there was no hero amongst them.
That journey was to establish a nation. And now, the Constellation Killer has settled on the 50th floor.
I see.
You've not been able to clear up to the 50th floor yet. You're still beginners, technically.
Look at the old panic at the below 50 is beginner territory.
The 50th floor is a special place. Sending beginners to that floor is not allowed.
From the 50th floor onwards, we need to fight with hunters from the other world. That's just as the Guardian Ghost said. Then it must be a protection feature that we don't compete against them until the 50th floor. Then, does that mean you can't send me to the 50th floor no matter what?
No, it's actually possible, if the person sending you up pays the price for it.
That doesn't matter. You'll pay the price anyway.
Well, at least limit it to just yourself.
Alright, send me to the 50th floor.
Don't regret it.
I'm going so that I don't regret things.
I appoint you as a character in the Fanta Igim epic.
Access denied. Abnormal access detected. Penalty has been given to the librarian in the corner.
I'll use my authority.
Warning. Penalty has been given to librarian in the corner.
It does not matter. Go, King Death Sovereign. Go and be with the Constellation Killer.
Protection of the beauty guard has been undone. You no longer look at the friendship level of targets. The protection of the snake guard has been undone. You can no longer look at the sin. I don't know. I can't read that. Of a target. An unnamed resident of the tower has entered the 50th floor. Alrighty. Well, we'll leave that there. I hope you all enjoyed. Leave a like, comment, don't forget about usual YouTube stuff. Trying 1,000 subs, but we're getting very, very close. I was recording this. We're at 905. It's a little push. Share the video around. Really appreciate it. Hit the notification bell so you make sure the videos go into your feed whenever they go live. And without the way, I've been Elsie. You've been you. Oh, and of course, I cannot forget. Members get early access to videos and the name of the end card. Thank you once again to Nanomachine for being a channel member. And with that out of the way, I've been Elsie. You've been you. And I hope it's time for another video. Ta-ta. Bye now.